somewhat. I don't know what Aaron was actually asking for, but here we go. Anyways,
So
this
here
is
we go.
game last losers quarters match between physeK and cRacK. Queen Knight versus Sentinel on Thunderguard.
Okay, so starting right into the game, physeK does find some of the early damage with his signature. Sticking with the hammer and still going for throw combos and not finding them.
cRacK actually goes for a pretty interesting ground pound there. physeK decided to dodge in. That would have been horribly punishing, but still manages to get himself disarmed, calls in a weapon to the spear, lands with the neutral there. physeK's forced to recover high, tosses guitars away, and gets hit by downsig as he picks up the hammer. Excellent punish from cRacK, and cRacK dodges out of the way of that side air, picks up the guitars. physeK tries his best to land a neutral, so gets the stop, tries to go for the side air follow-up, doesn't work out as cRacK dodges out of the way and lands with the neutral side air rather, and cRacK is doing a great job just chasing physeK around. This is actually quite a fast-paced match considering the legends that are being used.
For sure, both of these characters sort of known for more parry playstyles, but this is some high-paced action. cRacK finds the ground pound. physeK stock is not
it's
gone.
still
He
there.
finds- wow, just barely manages to recover with his recovery.
Excellent spacing with that recovery as well, just making sure they didn't bop his head on the bottom of the stage, but actually manages to touch the wall, gets his jumps back, but a cider will do it. No, physeK's defense coming in with that Sentinel, has the bomb, and the trade goes off, and cRacK resets it. Despite having the lead, I guess that's alright, and both players immediately go back into it, not even giving each other a taunt for that. physeK gets that downer into neutral there, tries to go for another neutral there. cRacK follows up the cider himself. physeK goes for that unarmed combo to be able to use advantage of that hammer weapon toss, punishes the side stick with a cider, sidelight, D-light, cider. No, he dodges out of the way of that cider and a weapon toss. Brings it back to even. cRacK goes for that ground pound, a recovery coming from physeK. physeK gets that down sig, sends him flying. Gosh, both players are just not
so back and
refusing
forth
to let up moves. The ground pound comes out, cRacK gets back to the stage, the guitars lands, punishes physeK for trying to punish him. The downlight cider comes in, physeK gets in position for the neutral sig. cRacK gets hit by cider, and both players are in the red.
Very fast-paced action. cRacK finds the side sig that'll finish physeK stock off, but he's already in deep red. This game has been so close and just very back and forth. I expect physeK to return this kill almost instantly.
No, but that D-light cider into recovery coming out from cRacK actually puts him into the yellow, and cRacK dodges low to be able to get out of the way of that end sig. physeK stays on the bottom of the stage. physeK's trying to end the stock as quickly as possible. That neutral light comes out. Recovery doesn't follow up, and physeK gets that side air, puts cRacK deeper into the red, but these neutral sigs aren't landing. He's not getting this stock anytime soon. cRacK gets that side light, goes for the down sig, neutral light, recovery, sends him to the orange, the side sig, that's it!
The LDZ! That's what LDZ
that was
does every single time.
Out of LDZ's textbook Nye combos. And that side sig destroyed him in the orange off the side of the map. That was incredibly fast-paced.
cRacK has been watching the VODs, I see. That was very impressive from cRacK. He just absolutely dominated that last stock. Completely and utterly, yeah. Other than the last stock though, that game was intensely close. Very close for both players, really.
Moves were definitely not being dodged. They were just being exchanged. The blows were landing everywhere, and at an even amount as well. cRacK just ends up taking the lead in regards to the necessary kill moves that landed, and cRacK ending it with that side sig combo. Ends up taking game one. We're moving on to game two in this losers quarters match.
So going straight back to the same map, physeK versus cRacK.
Both players up with neutral lights. Ooh, two neutral lights in a row, and cRacK gets that ground pound as well. Lands with the neutral light, tries to get the neutral light as physeK tries to read physeK's down there, but physeK goes off the stage. Another neutral light into a weapon toss. Whoa! Creative punish from cRacK there. cRacK is just playing amazing right now. Goes for that down air, and physeK gets the neutral sig, gets punished by the recovery from cRacK, and cRacK is making this game look a lot more one-sided than the last game. Recovery hits physeK as well, goes for that GC neutral sig, and physeK on the side of the stage goes below with his guitars, dodges out of the way of that weapon, and cRacK tries to chase him with a ground pound.
This is what's going to happen if physeK keeps trying to play at cRacK's pace. He needs to slow the game down. That's what he's good at. cRacK is going to win in the aggressive game. Like, that's how cRacK always plays. So if you try to play him at his own game, you're going to lose. You got to play your own game, which is slow it. Oh, what the what?
What was that interaction? cRacK was...
So, okay, what happened was physeK jump. He did a rest, so he did a jump ground pound at the same second that cRacK canceled his own ground pound. So it looked like he went through cRacK's ground pound, but cRacK's ground pound had already finished.
And that definitely benefited physeK in that sense. Who goes with that,
wow.
that down, having to punish that recovery. Doesn't quite work out. cRacK gets the recovery, that kills it, ends it up 2-2. But that was a very necessary ground pound for physeK to land, considering how
like cRacK was so far ahead, and then that ground pound killed cRacK at like yellow or maybe orange. I don't even think they were at orange. Like that was so early.
Goes for that D light into side light. cRacK taking him off the stage. Doing his best to do as much damage as possible. physeK makes it back on the stage, stomping the side light. No, it doesn't quite work out. A cider comes out and physeK hits him with the neutral stage. cRacK makes it back to the stage despite all the moves that physeK's throwing out. And this match, this stock is a little bit more even than before. Ooh, goes for that ground pound and physeK's aptly ready to punish that with the recovery. cRacK finds a recovery of his own. However, in physeK misses out on that side sig. cRacK hits the side air, and physeK's off the stage once again.
That was a silly ground pound to go for. cRacK is slowing down a bit, and this is exactly what physeK wanted.
Yeah, he's also going for very unsafe off-stage stuff, and this is like the second time I've seen physeK recover him with the hammer out of his ground pound and put him in positions where he could lose his stock. Recovery comes out to punish the side stick from physeK, but cRacK, both players are at kill percent.
Oh, what's he gonna do? Oh, beautiful, beautiful stuff from cRacK. Read the jump up from physeK. He was so patient on that option. He waited a long time.
Yeah, normally players after landing a weapon toss like that would immediately just go for a ground pound, but cRacK waited for physeK to be able to jump up so they can get the ground pound right afterwards. And the down air actually allows him to recover despite a great side stick hit from physeK. Dodges out of the way of that cider. cRacK tries to get as much damage as possible. That cider will do it. No, cRacK doing a great job being able to dodge so they can get back on the stage. Get that dodge back up after the first one on the side light comes in neutral light into recovery. No,
man.
cRacK's doing a great job of keeping his stock alive. And he's getting damage
All
for
of
it
this
too.
is just free damage.
Two recoveries in a row into another side sig.
Oh,
wow. Nearly connects but doesn't work out. And physeK, I think cRacK just died.
Whoops. Yeah. Whoopsie daisies. Didn't quite manage to make it back on the stage there, but that's okay. He does have a decent lead over physeK. He just needs to maintain it and find the kill before physeK can get all that damage on him.
cRacK.
And there's a lot of damage to go.
Side light, cRacK, who goes for a weapon toss. That was a creative weapon toss. Would have led into a ground pound. And cRacK's just got a ton of options to be able to end this stock and take this game into loser semis. But instead, goes for the recovery. physeK dodges through it. physeK hits him with that down air, but doesn't get any follow-up. cRacK goes for a ground pound to get below the stage, and a down sig. Whoa, how dangerously puts cRacK. If cRacK didn't land on the stage there, he may have lost that stock. physeK, she's going for down sig after down sig. And cRacK gets the ball.
Okay, that'll do it.